Lisa and Mark are sitting in a cozy living room, sipping on hot tea as they delve into a conversation about global warming. Mark, have you been following the news about global warming lately? It's a topic that's hard to ignore.
Yes, it's impossible to overlook. The climate crisis is becoming increasingly urgent. I mean, just look at the record-breaking heat waves and extreme weather events.
It's really alarming. I was reading about the causes of global warming, and it's not just one thing, but a combination of factors. The rise in greenhouse gases, deforestation, and more.
It's a complex issue, no doubt. The burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil and gas is a major contributor to the increase in greenhouse gases, which trap heat in our atmosphere.
And that heat is causing ice caps to melt and sea levels to rise, which leads to coastal flooding and displacement of communities.
That's right. It's not just about temperature, it's about the cascading effects on our environment and society.
And it's not just about the environment either. Global warming is a social justice issue too. The most vulnerable communities are often hit the hardest.
You're absolutely right. Low-income communities and marginalized groups are disproportionately affected by climate change, even though they contribute less to the problem.
So what can we do as individuals to address this issue? It feels so overwhelming.
Well, there are several steps we can take in our daily lives, like reducing our carbon footprint by using energy-efficient appliances, conserving water, and supporting sustainable practices.
That's true, but it's also about supporting policies and initiatives that aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions on a larger scale.
You're spot on. Advocating for clean energy, sustainable agriculture, and responsible consumption can make a significant impact.
And I believe education and awareness are critical too. We need to help people understand the urgency of the situation.
Absolutely. The more people are informed about the causes and effects of global warming, the more they'll be motivated to take action.
Let's make a pact then, Mark. Let's commit to being more environmentally conscious and advocating for change in our community.
I'm with you on that, Lisa. It's a collective effort, and if we all play our part, we can work towards a more sustainable and resilient future.
As Lisa and Mark continue to discuss global warming, they share a sense of responsibility and a determination to make a difference in the face of this pressing issue. A sunny day in a park. Alex and Sarah are sitting on a bench, enjoying the fresh air.
It feels great to be out here breathing in some fresh air, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Alex. It's a nice break from the city. But you know, I've been reading about air pollution, and it's been bothering me lately.
Yeah, I've heard it's a significant issue in many places. What's been on your mind?
Well, I was watching a documentary last night, and it was shocking. The impact of air pollution on our health and the environment is alarming.
That sounds serious. What did you learn from the documentary?
They mentioned how air pollution is responsible for so many respiratory diseases, like asthma and even lung cancer. It affects not just our lungs, but our overall well-being.
That's really frightening. I guess we often take the air we breathe for granted.
Exactly. And it's not just our health. It's harming the environment too. It contributes to climate change, acid rain, and affects wildlife.
So what can we do to address this issue? It seems like such a complex problem.
Well, there are personal and collective steps we can take. On a personal level, we can reduce our carbon footprint, use public transport, and invest in cleaner energy sources.
That's true, but making those changes can be tough, especially when our daily routines are so dependent on cars and non-renewable energy.
You're right, but it's also about advocating for change on a larger scale. Supporting government policies that promote clean energy and reduce emissions is crucial.
I see your point. It's not just about individual efforts. We need systemic change too.
Exactly. We need to hold industries accountable for their emissions and push for stricter regulations.
It's a bit overwhelming, but I guess awareness and action are the first steps. How can we raise awareness about air pollution?
Social media and community events can help spread the word. We can also encourage our friends and family to make small changes in their lives.
You're right. Education and awareness are key. It's like that old saying, knowledge is power.
And the power to make a change. We all need to take responsibility for the air we breathe and the planet we share.
Agreed. It's time we all do our part to ensure a healthier, cleaner future for ourselves and generations to come.
They continue to enjoy the fresh air with a newfound commitment to be part of the solution to combat air pollution.
Emma and David are sitting on a park bench surrounded by trees and nature, engaged in a conversation about illegal logging.
David, I've been reading a lot about illegal logging lately. It's so disheartening to think about the destruction it's causing to our forests.
You're absolutely right, Emma. The scale of illegal logging is astonishing, and it's not just about the loss of trees, but also the devastating impact on biodiversity and the environment.
I've heard that it's not just a local issue, but a global problem. Forests around the world are disappearing rapidly, and it's contributing to climate change too.
That's correct. Trees play a vital role in absorbing carbon dioxide, and when they're cut down illegally, it exacerbates greenhouse gas emissions and global warming.
So what drives people to engage in illegal logging? Is it just about profit?
Profit is a major motivator, but there are often complex economic, political, and social factors at play. Poverty, corruption, and lack of law enforcement can make it easier for illegal loggers to operate.
It seems like a never-ending cycle. How can we combat this issue?
There are several ways to address illegal logging. Strengthening law enforcement, promoting sustainable logging practices, and supporting conservation efforts are crucial. It's also important for consumers to be aware of where their wood products come from and choose certified, sustainable options.
So it's not just about governments and organizations. Individuals can make a difference too.
Exactly, and spreading awareness is a key part of the solution. The more people know about the consequences of illegal logging, the more they'll demand change.
I've seen documentaries and campaigns about this issue, and they're making a difference. But it feels like there's so much more to be done.
Change takes time, but the more we talk about it, the more we push for sustainable practices and conservation, the closer we get to a world where our forests are protected for future generations.
Let's make a promise, David. We'll do our part to raise awareness and support initiatives that combat illegal logging.
I'm with you on that, Emma. Every small effort counts, and together we can make a significant impact.
As Emma and David continue their conversation in the peaceful setting of the park, they pledge to be part of the solution to address the pressing issue of illegal logging.